Let me know when you're switching on the live.
Yeah,
live button.
I'm just switch on the live button. So maybe we are live.
Already.
Yeah, but we are seeing only of your screen, your thumbnail. So maybe we are live.
Already.
Yeah, but we are seeing only of your screen,
The voices.
your thumbnail.
Forgot to start off the desktop audio.
So maybe we are live.
We'll be starting.
But we are seeing only of your screen,
The voices.
your thumbnail.
Forgot to start off the desktop audio.
Maybe we are live.
We'll be starting.
But we are seeing only of your screen,
The voices.
your thumbnail.
Forgot to start off the desktop audio.
Praveen, can you mute yourself? Maybe you have a YouTube voice. Praveen, can you mute yourself? Maybe you have a YouTube voice.
All okay, bro?
Yeah, now we are live. Maybe
Hey
this.
everyone.
Hello everyone. Yeah. Hello everyone. We are coming live, and this is our second episode with Praveen. So hope all of you are enjoying this weekend. And we are live. Praveen, mute that YouTube video sound.
Maybe this. I'm not even
Hello,
opening the YouTube video.
Yeah. Okay. Hello everyone. We are coming live, and this is our second episode
Your
with
side.
Praveen.
Find and kill the tab.
No, yeah. Just block it. So we are going live, and with us today, Mr. Praveen Kumar Purushothaman. Sorry for the name. We have Mr. Praveen Kumar. So today we are learning how we make a business profile using JavaScript. Using React.js. Maybe Mr. Praveen, maybe I'm not wrong. So React.js is a part of JavaScript, right? It is upgraded version.
It is a library based on JavaScript.
Yeah. So we learn today upgrading libraries of JavaScript. Before going further with the session, I'm to introduce our platform. Our platform name is TECHOX LLP. Our main unit name is TECHOX LLP, and this is a platform is TECHOX Learning. It is a part of our main platform, that is TECHOX LLP. So we are providing a e-learning platform, and we have just started a expert talk series. And in this series, we provided a first session on software testing. It's a very good session from our side and from your side also. We get a good response from your side, and this is a second session with Mr. Praveen. So we are also providing an e-certificate, and this talk series is absolutely free for all of you. So how you get a certificate from our side? For that, you have to do two things only. First, share your screenshots on all your social media handles like LinkedIn also. There is a Praveen profile also. There is so you can tag with Praveen and with TECHOX on Facebook, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter.
I'll just send the links here. No worries.
Yeah, and there is a form in description. You find an attendance form. You fill up the form, and we mail you all the certificates to all the participants, all the attendees. For further updations, we are coming up with more sessions, more important sessions for all of you guys with network marketing, networking means CCNA, Cisco, packet tracking, and many information in that networking. And next session, for the last session, we are very sorry for the technical errors. We have to postpone that session. From that session is with Mr. Niranjan Kale. He is an HR in a company. He also motivational speaker. He will explain how we have to prepare for the interviews. So it is very crucial for all the students, all the job seekers. So now we have a time to start a session with Mr. Praveen. So all of you, I have a humble request for all attendees. So from my side and for whole TECHOX LLP team, we have to welcome Mr. Praveen on our platform. Hello, Mr. Praveen. Welcome you all. Welcome from all the attendees and from TECHOX LLP. So now I am handing over all the command to you. You have all command now. Go ahead.
Hey everyone, I'm Praveen and I'm from Chennai originally. Currently I'm staying in London. I'm a full stack JavaScript specialist specializing on React.js and Node.js, so I could be called as merge stack specialist. And I'm also a mentor for a lot of people, so I'm happy to mentor everyone. So I've also sent my YouTube and LinkedIn URL, so do connect with me for a lot of career related discussion and all the development stuff. So today we will be looking at okay, I'm a full stack developer, and when I keep saying that I'm a full stack developer, there is no what is a full stack developer without a website? So this is how my website looks like. So that's me. And to say something very quick about me, I play a lot of roles right now, and I'm a cat lover. Basically, that's me. And yeah, that's fine. Like being a vegetarian is really tough. I'm a mentor for careers and professional stuff. I love a lot in front end. That's the reason I'm looking into doing a lot of things in web development and JavaScript. So this is a quick introduction about me. So for people who have not got a portfolio, it is always better to have a nice portfolio like this. So you can take my portfolio as an inspiration in case if you don't have one. So what I have got is like a huge banner with my face and some quick things, and all my social links are here with my YouTube link here. All these things are here. And then apart from that, there is a small introduction, there is a small profile, there is a skill set. Whenever you go to any companies, if the HR is asking you for any questions, you can, instead of showing you your CV, you can directly show this page or show your website. That makes more sense, because if you are a web developer, in case if you are a web developer and if you are showing your website as a product of yours, then it becomes a more like a hitting factor for them, right? So what all things that I have got is like my experience, my education, some made up numbers. All these numbers are fake. And there is a portfolio here which shows all the designs that I have done so far. Then there's a couple of blog posts which I have written, and then finally what people talk behind my back and those kind of things. And there's a small keep in touch page. And again, I give my social network identity. So this is what my website looks like, and this is something which I would like everyone to have something on this basically. And with a quick question, can you all tell me how many of you know web development? How many of you want to become a web developer, a full stack developer or something like that in the YouTube comments? And secondly, yeah, those who have not got connected with me, go ahead, please send me a request on LinkedIn and YouTube. So I'll be happy to accept your connection request, and I'll also share everything for all things this one. And yeah, just go ahead, share this thing with your friends as well. So go ahead and do this. And then next thing is apart from these things, what I wanted to tell you is how many of you know Git and GitHub already? How many of you know React.js already? Please tell me. Based on that, I'll tell how best we can go ahead with the session and stuff. So let's give a minute or two for the people to answer. Right, let's go on. So I'll just go ahead with my quick introduction of what kind of a development environment I'm using. So I'm using So I hope everyone is able to see my screen. So it is Visual Studio Code, which is what I'm using right now, and I've got like a couple of plugins which I will run through it. We'll be using a React.js on this particular project. I hope a lot of people at least know what exactly, how to work with React.js or something like that. Can you all tell me whether my screen is clear to see, or should I zoom in further? Okay, I haven't heard anything from anyone. I presume it is fine. Alright, so let's go on and start working on this. So what I have got right now is, I've set up all my development environment this way. So what I'm using is mainly for, so if you just type in Praveen Dev environment, the first link comes up is the development environment that I've got. Is it not clear? Okay, let me try to zoom in a bit. So this is the maximum zoom I can. This is the maximum zoom I can do. I hope it is clear at least. So can you see if you are able to? Oh wow, Nitin.
Yeah.
The feeds are only 480p, Nitin. Is there anything that you can do with the streaming side?
Yeah.
It says it is 480p.
Yeah, I have to look over it. I will just.
Awesome. So Nitin is going to look into making this more better. So okay, in the meantime, let's try looking into what is happening right now. So this is my development environment. So what all things that I have got is, the main thing is, the first thing is Google Chrome. So Google Chrome is what I'm using for all my website and web development activities. The reason being, a lot of features like, for example, inspect element, and there are other things, developer tools are really helpful.
ये वीडियो की जो है ना क्वालिटी.
Apart from this, who wants to be today's
बढ़ा सकता तो edit कर सकता तो edit कर.
Like today's news right now. Please tell me who want to be in
कहाँ
today's
से?
news, and also give me a news website as
अरे
well.
यार मैं अपनी स्क्रीनिंग शेयर कैसे ऑफ कर सकता हूँ?
I just wanted to show how
चेक करना
can
वहाँ पे
use
अबे
Google Chrome to,
वो
like,
एडिटिंग में जाके यहाँ से हो
websites
सकती है
just
लेटेंसी
for a
चेक
few
चेंज.
seconds and see how things are working on something like this. So tell me one.
ट्राई कर, नहीं होता तो मुझे इन्फॉर्म कर, वो चेंज करना पड़ेगा, वो फिर स्क्रीनिंग व्यू नहीं आ रहा सही से लोगों
On
को.
the first page of the news website.
ओके ठीक है, देखता हूँ मैं एक बार चेंज करता हूँ.
Okay, fine. Anyway, I'll go ahead and then I'll start explaining about what all things that I'm using. So obviously Zoom is something which we generally use for working with this one and doing the calls and other things. Then finally we have got something like Item 2. This is Mac OS. So how many of you are using Windows? How many of you are using Mac? Or else I'll do one thing. Nitin,
Yeah.
you're there, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to be the front page of the news? I'll just show that to them with your name. So tell me which is the best news site you know.
For what thing?
Just for a normal news site, what news site comes up in your mind?
For the learning part, I will use Java Deploy.
No.
News.
World news.
I just typed on Google directly news, so I will get all the news.
Let's go to news.google.com. Okay. So if this is the news.google.com, there is like so many things are coming up, and if we go to like let's say news.google.co.in maybe, that might help us to look at the India news. So let's say if there is any other news, like for example NDTV is something which comes up. So let's go to NDTV website. And this is the latest news, latest breaking news, and blah 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 blah, right? So what you can do is like quickly you can change something on the fly online using Google Chrome development tools. What we can do is like we can say like, hey, Nitin is hosting something awesome today. So and if we just see this, it's going to say the big story says Nitin is hosting something awesome today. And then the main reason what happens here is if I refresh the page, it will go away. But the main thing about this is, so people will be very much interested in making all the content displaying correctly or not. So we can use this as a test bed. For example, if let's say if you are doing like a huge line of something awesome today using a live stream with my full name, if I put it's gonna go to 3 lines, I believe. And if I try to put this, okay, actually if you see this, it looks perfect. Like the big story section looks perfect. So I can actually use almost all the 3 lines here and it doesn't cause any damage to the page. So these kind of checks can be done using the inspect element. This is something which I always use it, and we should always keep using it, because for debugging purposes and all these checking purposes, we'll be using this one. So that is the reason I use Google Chrome. And the next thing is, I guess, Nathan, did you take a screenshot of it? Maybe if you have taken a screenshot, you can say like, hey, I'm the first page of NDTV News or something like that. Then apart from this, we have like all the different things that I'm using. And finally, coming back to Visual Studio Code, this is what I'm currently using. So this is Visual Studio Code, and this is really good because I've got like loads and loads of things. So there is something called as Prettier. So Prettier is the one which I use for making the code look really good. Then we have got this Cobalt theme is just the theme which looks really nice. So that's why I use this. It's very nothing related to working. And then finally, I have got these 2 things, which is ESLint, and ESLint makes sure that you are writing the JavaScript code in the right way. And then we have got this ES7 Redux GraphQL React Native snippets, which makes me basically lazy. So this is what I'm going to do now today. With all these things, let's start with creating a repository. Okay. So how many of you are familiar with creating repositories and other things? So I'm just gonna say hi to Anchal Sharma and Vaishnavi. Yes, super. Thank you for confirming that everything is fine. Thanks, Anchal and Vaishnavi. Yeah, super. So the first thing is for creating a repository, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my GitHub profile, and then in this GitHub profile there is a point there which says new repository here. So if I go to new repository, it's gonna ask for what repository I need to use. Okay. So here what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna use TECHOX name. So it's going to be TECHOX. Shall we do like business card? Okay, business card. And then I'm going to leave it as a public repository. Let me create this repository. And then I'll copy this link and share it in the YouTube chat. Okay. So in case if you want to go check out this repository, just open this link and then click on the star and fork buttons so that you can start contributing to it as well. So you know, how many of you know that there is Hacktoberfest going on right now? So with Hacktoberfest, you will be able to get a free t-shirt and a lot of stickers as well from GitHub and Microsoft. So don't miss it. So that's something which I'm doing, and there are like loads and loads of Hacktoberfest related videos and live streams I have done so far. So have a quick look at my YouTube channel as well. So I'll also send the links, all the links later on this one. So this is the list of links I have copying and pasting. So we'll do it. Okay. So that's the basic thing about. And let's start with cloning this repository in our local machine. So what we can do is either we can clone the repository or we can open a folder. So in VS Code, this is given out of box from VS Code. Let me quickly look into the charts. Okay, nothing is there. Okay. So what I will do first thing is I'm just going to copy this link, add my username on top of it, and then cut it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this clone repository. This is the first step that I'll be doing. So once I click on clone repository, I get 2 options now. Clone from URL, clone from GitHub. I'll use the clone from URL option, and then it will ask me where I need to save it. So I'll go to my downloads, maybe works or somewhere, and then I'll select the repository location. So this has actually cloned the whole thing. Wait, cancel. cancel. I guess I need to open that repository again, open folder. Right, it's an empty repository at the moment, so it doesn't have anything. So what exactly we need to do now is, the reason why I like Visual Studio Code and I am asking everyone to use VS Code is, you can use an integrated terminal in this, okay? So the first thing what we want to do is, we need to have our React application done. So what I'm going to do is, since React doesn't support the capital numbers, capital words, I'm just going to quickly change this to rename it to BC or something like this, and then get into no. And then I'm just going to quickly change this thing like. So the first thing what we need to do is, we need to create the React application. So there is something called as create React app. So that exactly helps you with setting up the React application. So I'm just going to add that link as well to here, CRA. So what we need to do is, there is something called as npx command. You need to have both Node.js and all these installations available. So npx create React app and space dot, because I want to install in the current directory. So that is what I'm going to do. So let me quickly, once this is done, it takes a couple of minutes. In the meantime, I'm just going to quickly look into the chat. Okay, no questions so far. So yeah, so this will be taking some couple of minutes, like maybe 1 or 2 minutes. So until then, can you all talk about have you worked with React.js? Can you tell about yourself? That is what I would be asking you. And don't forget to add me in LinkedIn, subscribe to my YouTube channel, that is there, Praveen Science, and subscribe to TECHOX channel as well. And please share the video with everyone. Make sure you take a screenshot and share it in your social links, and also tag us too. So that would be really helpful for everyone. And okay, so now it is also installing all the template dependencies using npm. So what exactly is this npm? Npm is mainly based on Node. Okay, so we are working on JavaScript. So for that you need to have Node.js. So nodejs.org will have all the latest version of the JavaScript runtime environment, and all you need to do is get the latest version from here. So always use the LTS version, because it is always better to use an LTS version than the current stable version, because this will be more stable. And once you click on this, it's gonna download this file or something like that, and then yeah, you just need to install it in your, whether you are using Windows machine or Linux, Ubuntu something, or Mac, it doesn't matter, it is cross-platform. So once this is done, let's have a quick look at what's happening in the VS Code. So once all these things, like 68 packages are installed, it will say like success, this has been created, and what we need to do is we'll just change back this PC to TECHOX again. Great. Okay, so we are here with all these files already, and what we need to do is, first thing, I'm just going to go into this GitHub, like this Git part. But before that, what I would want to do is, I would like to try to run this code. So I'm going to do npm start after going to this particular website, the Chrome page. So once I type in npm start, it's going to open my browser, and we'll see how it works. So it works. It says edit app.js and save to reload. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to open my app.js here. So if I go to my app.js, and then if I save something, like for example, before that I will try to commit everything. So initialized React app using CRA. Okay, so this is what I did just now, and if I try to change anything here, for example, hello TECHOX, and save it, the moment I save it automatically compiles here, and then immediately on the right side it says edit SRC and hello says hello TECHOX. So this is very intuitive way of doing things. That is one thing which I wanted to tell. And the next thing we will be doing is we will be doing some part of cleanup. Okay, so let's go back and let me try to remove all these things. So the first thing what I want to do is I need to have one simple repository, so something like this. So let's say hello, and then I'm going to save. It's going to show me just a normal hello in the page. Okay, so apart from this, what I need to do is I need to update the whole directory with these things. So what I'm going to do is I will be creating a couple of folders, first starting with components, styles, assets, tests. So the moment I change anything here, for example, I don't want app.css and index.css at this point, so I'm gonna delete them. Immediately when I delete, it goes boom, like it has failed to compile, and it immediately shows us the output of what exactly is happening here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go to my Finder again. So go take this app.js and put it inside the components. App.test needs to go to test, then logo.svg needs to go to the trash. Okay, so we have done these things. Now the first thing which I wanted to do is I need to make sure this app is working fine. Right now it doesn't work. So what I'm going to do is, first thing, going to the index. So let me click on this. Yeah, let me go here. So the app, the index.css is not there, so I'm going to remove this one. App is actually there inside the components folder, so I'm going to go put components and then app here, and then I'll save this. For now this will work and everything works right now. Okay, so you can see this hello here perfectly, which is working right now. Okay, so any questions so far? And since we have got these tests here, the test might fail here. So what I will be doing is I'll be putting like dot slash components slash app. So once we do this, we can check whether the test is working by running npm test. So it's gonna take some time and it's gonna try to find learn React. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put render hello TECHOX. So if I save this, it's going to run the test and then say it can't find again. So it can only see hello. So I'll just put hello like this and then save it. Or else we'll just leave this. Yeah, it actually passed. So we can forget about the test. So the test is passing, the compilation is happening fine. So what we will do is we will try to create a small commit here saying like reorganized files and got rid of clutter, something like this. Okay, so I just did this. So once I do this, if I do git push, the moment I do git push, in a few seconds you can actually see that this whole page gets changed with all these readme files and other things. So you can open this URL to find the latest code which is available here. So I have given the latest code in the link in the YouTube live chat. So now you will be able to find the link and you can actually go ahead, press the fork and star buttons to start contributing to this repository as well. Okay, now what we will do is, the first thing is we need to create some kind of like a nice business card generator or kind of thing. So that is what we are going to work on right now. So for that, what we need to do is we need to set the whole complete pace or something like that. Okay, so for that what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a CSS file. So before creating a CSS file, now at this point of time, not many people are using CSS. They're all using something called as a preprocessor at the moment, which is called as SCSS. So we will be looking at how SCSS works. So if I have a CSS file, like for example, let's go to SAS Master. So any questions so far? No one is actually answering anything. Alright, so let's say if I have a header tag and there is a h1 tag, I don't want to put header, h1, everything every time. Okay, so if I try to use header and inside there is a h1 tag, then there is a tag, and then there is a let's say there is a nav tag, inside that there is a ul tag, then there is a li tag, and then inside this there is a tag. So I have created only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rules at the moment, but the output looks totally different. So if I try to do like this, look at the right side, it is putting everything correctly, like header, nav, ul, li, everything is given correctly. So this is really helpful in doing a preprocessor kind of a work in case of SAS. So it's like a super powered CSS. So that's the reason I'm using SAS here, and this one will be very helpful moving forward. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to install the support for SAS in our React.js application. So for that we need to install something called as node SASS, and then the command is npm install node-sass. So once this is done, it takes very quick to complete, within few minutes or something like that. Boom, that is done. So I'm just going to put installed SCSS support, and then now we will create a new SCSS file here. So I'm going to create an index.scss, and then inside the index.js I'm going to import the styles. So once this is done, inside the index.scss, let's use a good font. Okay, so if I go to fonts.google.com, can you please tell me what are your favorite fonts here? I would really love to use Montserrat, and in this Montserrat I'll go with light, regular, and I'll go with medium. Okay, and then if I go to the embed part, all I need to do is I need to copy this part, and then to change the contents, what I would generally do is go to this public page index.html, and then here you can find a link tag and then paste it over here. So that will help you in changing the things. And also we can change this as, instead of React app, we can create business profile maker or generator. Okay, so once we do this, it changed to business profile generator, and the next thing which we are going to do is we will also try to add this thing to the added font and changed title. Now in the index.scss, what we want to do is we need to do some different like a few styles that are very much required for the body tag. Okay, so what I'm going to do in body is, first thing, I want to set the font family to Montserrat. So this is going to be this font, and this font seems to be, it has changed, and I don't want any like border, margin, padding, list style as none, those kind of things. These are the generic reset, and also box sizing, border box. So that will help us in doing the right calculations. Okay, now we have done all these things. Okay, so this is the basic reset that we have done, and we also will put font weight normal and font sizes 10 points, or 1 em, and then here we will give font size as 10 points. So if we give this, we can also clearly align the fonts and other things. So we have given almost all these things, and one thing is line height 1, which might help us in the doing it the right way. So this is a simple mini reset. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another comment saying like mini reset CSS added. Okay, now we will start with the main thing, like a main application stuff. So here what we will be doing is we will start with the app.js here. Okay, this is the main application, and what I want here to be done is I want to start with .app. So if I put .app, it automatically fills me div class name app. This div has a class name of app, and that is the main component here. So I can put like a small component saying hello TECHOX, and so this will be displayed here. And make sure you are always having a React Dev Tools here. So React Dev Tools will help you in showing what are all the components that are loaded inside the React.js website. So this React Dev Tools will be activated when the page is using React.js. So I'm just going to quickly check the comments. Okay, why CSS is not being used, Vaishnavi, is if we are using CSS, you need to keep on typing a lot of things. Now, for every page I can use my own CSS. Every component will have its own CSS file as well. And Sass is more powerful, like I showed you in the demo, right? So if you try to do one single change, it is going to update in the multiple places, something like that. And yeah, so that's the only question we had. So yeah, let's go on. Now here we want to add a header part. Okay, how many of you want dark header? How many of you want light header? Please comment out. So I'm going to create a header.js, and inside this I'm going to put the basic React.js thing. So I import the React library, I create the header, this component, and now in this header what I'm going to do is I'm also going to add one condition. So if dark is used, I'm just going to get dark from here. If dark is used, then I'm going to use a dark class here, or else no class I will be adding. So inside this I'm also going to give the children. And then in case if we have any extra class names, then we'll add that class name as well, else nothing. So this class name can come from here as well. Okay, so this is a basic header structure which I have given. Instead of div I will put as nav tag, because it's generally nav tag, right? So that we will be using here. So we have added space dark and space class name as well in case if we are giving a new class. So now this is being saved into header.js. So inside the app.js, what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in header, and it will ask me if I want to auto import from this thing. So the moment I click on it, it automatically imports the header file. And for this, if I say hello, this will show me as a header file with hello as the content. And I can do one thing. So we need to make this header with the styled way. So what I'm going to do is I have got app.js and header.js, right? The same way I'm going to create two files, which is app.scss and header.scss. So for the header alone, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put header, and inside the header, what I want to do is I'm going to give like before even that, I need to go to the header.js. I'm going to put a h1 here and then put the children here. Okay, so now inside the header.js, what I'm going to do is I'll put the h1 as well, and it's already doesn't have any margin, so I'm giving padding 10px, and then I'll also put it as text align center, and then if we save it, it doesn't work right now because I haven't included the app.css. So what I need to do is I need to include app, and inside the app is what the header comes, right? So I'm going to import header. So if I save this, everything works fine. Now comes the dark version and light version. How many of you want dark version? How many of you want light version? Please tell me. If you want dark version header, type in dark. If you want light version header, type in light. So for dark and light, if there is a dark class available here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this &.dark, which means .header.dark. So for this one, I'm going to give a background color of 000, which is black, and then inside that for h1 I'm going to give color white. Okay, so now with this being said, if I go back to our index app.js, I'm going to create another header and another header. Okay, 3 headers I'll create, and then I'll give dark as true. So for true and false values, so true is like a JavaScript boolean value, right? So we need to put it inside this curly braces. So that is something which I wanted to tell, and we will put another dark header here as well. So if you save this, it is going to update your header using like the dark version of it. Okay, so this is very easy. In case if you want a light version, you can use the light version. If you want to use the dark version, you can use the dark version. So this is very quick. And if you want to have a variable that keeps changing accordingly, what we can do is we can use a use state. And this is a simple state manager, and we can use a use state here, which says like header color or something like that, or maybe we can use dark, and then it says set dark and other things. So I'm going to put set dark, and it's going to be initially false. Okay, and let's get rid of these 2 headers, and this is going to be dark. Okay, so dark is equal to false, so it is going to be a light header. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a color button, and then make it as a toggle button. Okay, so it says toggle here. On click, what it needs to do is it needs to first prevent the default event. I don't want this button to refresh the page or something. And then the next thing is I want it to set the dark value to whatever the dark value that negated. Okay, so it is a boolean thing. So if dark value is false, it's going to make it as true. If the dark value is true, it is going to make it as false. Okay, so if I click on toggle, it's going to toggle as black. Toggle, click on this, it's going to be light. So if you see here on the header, on the right side it says dark is true. If I click on this, it says dark is false. So this is something which we can use. This is called as component based programming. Okay, and React is one of the component based programming languages. Right, then coming back to our next thing. So let's get rid of this toggle button, and let's start with something called as like okay, so this is we'll also get rid of this thing as well. So for the header, we'll use business profile maker. Okay, and let's save it. So that looks nice. And now the first thing what we want to do is we need like 2 column layout. On the left side we want some forms. On the right side we want that preview of the business card, how it works. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly check what all things that I have changed. So what I will put is added headers. I'll also update this quickly. So if I see git status, there are like 4 commits that I have got in my local host. So I'm just going to push all the 4 commits. Now all the 4 commits are available in your place. Okay. So now let me hide this out. Yeah, the first thing which we have created is the header part. Once the header part is done, what I want to do is I want 2 column layout here. So I'll use a tag called p tag, the app dots, later on we will go with the app.css. So in the main tag on the left side, I want something on the left side and I want something on the right side. So first thing is I want to, I want a form here and I want a preview pane here. Okay, so these are the two things I want. Okay, so inside the components, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a form.js and then I'm creating a new form kind of a thing. So this is going to have a form, doesn't have any actions. So we can just put a h2, it's the form. Okay. And the other one is preview.js. So we'll use RAFCE. So this is a functional component it's going to do. Okay. I'm going to put as dot preview. We can make this as a section. And then here's a preview of your card, business card. Let's save this. And then if we go back to our form and me, what we will do is we'll put form here and we'll give preview here. So you got both the form and preview. Okay, now we need to do some changes here. So at this point of time, what we will do is, here I am going to put class name as app header. And if I go to my app.css, I'm going to put hyphen header and then type in margin bottom 10 pixels. So I get some margin on the top. Also for the header, what I can do is for the dark one, I can put 333 so that it is a bit lighter version of the dark. So this can be like overwritten using this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to do background color 333 here. Doesn't work. There are like 3 levels, so that's the reason it is not working. Okay, so what I can do is for dark color headers, I can try using this way. Okay, it's not working really, so I'll just leave it this way. Okay, so we've got this border bottom here. Okay, so margin bottom is here, and with that being said, we've got these two things as well. There is a form, there is a preview, right? So what I will be doing here is inside the for the form, even for the app, I need a main tag. So inside the main tag, I'm going to do display flex. The moment I put display flex, it's going to go this way, and we have a form tag and we have a preview, right? For both of these things, I'm going to give width 50%, and then it's going to show me in like 2 different ways. For this main guy, I'm going to add some padding as well. So padding top and bottom, we don't need much padding, but for left and right, we will use 15 pixels of padding and save it. So you can see that how they are split up. Now here, if I try to give a background color like 99F and F99, you can see how these two things are like aligned properly. Let me quickly check out the chat. So far all good, right? You are able to understand what exactly I am doing and stuff, right? Now we need to create the forms. Okay, so what we will do here is, let's start with the form here, and for each form element I'm just going to use 4 elements. Okay, so each of this will have a label tag, and inside the label tag I'm going to use a strong and then an input. Okay, so we have got all these things. So I'm just going to get rid of this HTML4, and for the strong, the first thing which we need is name, second one is designation, maybe we'll add the phone number. And finally, if there is anything else that we want, name, designation. For now, we will just give a simple thing, okay? And then finally, we will just go with the submit button. Okay, so the moment I save it, it's going to show me like this. So I'll just get rid of the colors here that looks very bad. Okay. So in case of the forms, what I will do is, so it is inside the app, inside the main, and there is form and those kind of things, right? So let's get into this app.scss. I'm going to import form and I'm going to import preview. So form.scss and there is preview.scss. So for this form, what I need to do first is like let's think what needs to be done here. There is a H2, right? For H2, we really need a good style, but before that we don't need anything right now. H2 is common, right? So we'll put the H2 here inside the main. If any H2 comes inside main, what we will do is we'll give a font size of 1.5 em, so which is a bit big, and then we'll give padding bottom of 5 pixels and border bottom as 2 pixels, solid, some nice blue color. So this looks like this, and we can also give some margins as well. So margin, top and bottom we don't want anything. We'll give left and right. Top we don't want anything. We'll give left and right as 10 pixels, and bottom we will also give 10 pixels, so that it looks like this. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do is arrange the form in the right way. So we have just got only the form stuff. So what we will do here is, we have already imported this form, right? So here inside the form we have got a couple of things here. So if we go to our form.js, we have got some UL, li, label, etc. So UL, li, label, strong and input. This is what we have got. So UL, li, oops, label, strong, and what an input. So these many things are there. Strong will give display block, so that all these elements will be coming nicely down. For label we will give padding 15 pixels, so that's big. Padding 0, 10 pixels, which looks perfect, and then we can also give another 10 pixels for the bottom padding, something like that. Okay, and for the input type submit, so before that let's start working on this one. So for inputs, what we will do is we'll give some margin bottom so that it gives some space, and input will give width as maybe with 95%, so it takes up the full width, and then we can give a nice border. Okay, border 1px, solid, the same CCF we can use, so it looks like this, and we can also give some padding of 5 pixels. 5 pixels might be too much, so we'll give 3 pixels, and border radius will give 3px as well. So it gives you a nice feel, right? So this looks really nice. Then the next thing that we are going to do is, with that being said, inside the list item, if we have an input directly, that is going to be our submit button, right? So if we go to the app.js or form.js, we have a submit button directly inside the li. So for this li, for this input, what we will do is, we'll also give like border 1px solid. Instead of CCF, we will give 99 of somewhat darker blue. We make it as 2 pixels, great, and we'll give padding as 5 pixels, which is perfect. And then we'll give border radius the same as 3px. Doesn't seem to work well, so we'll give 5 pixels, and we'll also give a background color as CCF, so it gives you a nice one. And if we want to do a hover effect on this, let's try to use a hover tag, and then in this we can give the background color change as 99F. Also color also we will change to white. So if you go on top and give the hover, it is going to work. For some reason the font family isn't working, so I'm just going to put Montserrat. Oh, there you go, that works. The same thing I need to do for the other input as well, because all these inputs will have the wrong fonts. Okay, perfect. Now everything works. Now you can see that the name, designation and phone numbers work. Okay, so the first thing which we will be doing is we need to add this on the, bring this on the right side. So what we need to do is we need to use some kind of like a controlled components. Now we'll try to add name for all these things. Okay, name is going to be, the first one is obviously name, second one is designation, third one is phone number. Okay, so now we'll also have something called as values on change. These two things we will take it from the original side. Okay, so first now what we will do is we will add these form elements, because the form seems to be perfect now. Created form component, and then we have also got this simple preview component as well, so we'll add these two things. We'll do created preview component, and then finally with this app.js we have included the preview and okay, so included preview and form component. So there is this one that is not saved yet, so let's try to save this. Now what I'm going to do is, if I look at the git status, I could see there are 3 commits. I'll just push all the 3 commits, and if I go to GitHub page, if we just wait for a few more seconds, it says included preview and form component 14 seconds ago. Alright, so all these data is available here. So go check this out, check out the code, and you will be able to find all these things here. The next thing what we are going to do is, hey Nitin, looks like we are running out of time, and I didn't expect that it will be like 11:30 will come so soon.
Yeah, you can.
Right.
You can move on.
Okay, I'll quickly do something and at least show the right side business card thing, and then maybe we can make like another session as well. I'm happy to do another second session as well.
Yeah, we will do the second continue session on this. Yeah.
Okay, just give me 1 second. Let me try to do the controlled components, and then we will finish it off here. So since I showed you like there are 2 things we can use. One is the values, one is the on change event. So what we will do is, I'm going to do the on change here and then connect it with on change here. And then for each of these things, the values, what I would be doing is, there will be a value. So I'm going to give value what we can do here is we'll put these 3 things and give value values dot their So I'm just going to put like this, values dot designation, values dot name, and values dot phone number. The moment I save this, this is going to go boom, because we haven't sent the values at all. So we need to send these three things: values, name, designation, and phone. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create something like use state 3 times. Okay, so oops, just 2 times is what I want. Okay, 3 times. Okay, initial state is going to be empty things. They all are empty stuff. So here I'm going to put name, designation, and stuff, and then set name, set designation, and set phone. This is what I'm doing. So still it is going to give me error. So what I'm going to do now is const values equal to, I'm going to put name, designation, phone. Okay, so this is what is the values constant. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to put values equal to values. The moment I do that, that becomes saved, and I won't be able to do any changes in this. Now the next thing what I'm going to do is I need to create an onChange function. So const handle change equal to e. I need to find which particular thing I'm using. So I'm just going to do console.log and put e.target.name, and the same way I'm also going to put e.target.value. So name and value should be in small letters. So this is a console.log thing. So if I go to my console, type in something, okay, actually it doesn't work. So I haven't passed on the onChange event. OnChange equal to handle change. So the moment I save this, it's going to show this way. And it's going to say name as this one, and designation as this one, phone number as this one, which is perfect. Now what I need to do is I need to update these things. That's it. So I'm going to do something like a crazy stuff here. I don't know whether this is going to work, but let me try this. Okay, I don't think this works. So I'm going to do const change handler. The same way how we created these things, I'm going to create these things as well. So but here I would be having set in front of it. So at this point of time, what I would be doing is change handler of set plus this e.target.name is a function. This will change it, and then I'm going to give the e.target.value. I'm just going to paste it here, get rid of these things, and then now it still shows this error, right? Okay. If I type pressing hello, all these things gets perfectly saved. So now we would have a question like, so now we have converted everything into connected components, converted inputs into connected components. Okay, but we need to know how this thing works. Okay, so these values, I'm going to send these values again to the preview as well. So what I will be doing is I'll just copy this values equal to values and then paste it over here. And in this preview.js, what we will do is we'll get the values again from here. And in the pre-tag, this is a pre-tag that I generally use. This is, let's go to our CSS file. For inside the preview, I'm going to add this pre-tag. I'm going to give border on px solid, ccc, fi, and finally we have got padding 3 pixels and border radius 3px as well. Okay, so let's have this here, which is perfect. Now we will also give some margin. Oops, sorry. Okay, so that works perfect. Now here inside the pre tag, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the value of JSON in a string. Sorry, value of values in a stringified JSON. So if I save this, it's going to show me what all things are there: name, designation, phone. Okay. So if I try typing something in name, or like let me pick up a name from the group, from the YouTube live, Vaishnavi. So let's try to put Vaishnavi, student, phone number, something like 0987654321. So we have got whatever we want on the left side to the right side. So we did something to an extent, but we need to also fix this part. So I'm going to go to the form.js and I'm going to create something like const dummy handler. It's going to do, there is nothing, it's just a small simple dummy handler. So this dummy handler is going to be there for all these on-change events to avoid this problem. Alright, now if I save this, that should actually work. Oh, sorry. If I save this should actually work. There are now no errors at all completely. All the errors are gone now. So if I type something, hello, how are you, and then phone number as. So everything works perfectly. So to an extent, we have made this into a connected component. Okay, let's catch up again in the next session because we started late and we couldn't finish this on time. So next session for sure we will be completing this. So until then, if you want the whole thing, so I'm gonna add all these things, all these data. So send the value, passed values to preview. Okay, this is one thing which we did here. Form, added a dummy on change handler. Then for the preview, added a preview for all the variables values. Boom, that we have done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to push this code. So once I push this, I believe this should be available here in here. So all the code is available right now. So if you want, you can get the code from here, and for now we have done so far. So all we need to do is design this part which says this name designation, and once the generate card is clicked, it needs to download it as an image. This is what are the next steps that are pending, which we can do in the next session when we are meeting. Okay, so how was this, Nathan?
This was a great session. Hope.
Hey, you're
yeah.
Sorry, your voice. Yeah.
So welcome you guys. Welcome back to the meeting, and hope you all like the session. This is a very great practical session from Mr. Praveen. Yeah, from the time we have a very less time for this meet, so we didn't complete this session, but we come very soon. Maybe in the next week.
The source is available. The source code is already available.
Yeah.
I can even do one more session very soon, like today or tomorrow. Not today, tomorrow or this week. The first 3 days of week, I'll try to do this session again, and then we can finish it off. All right.
So till then, guys, you hope you enjoy this session. Till then, learn it. All the codes are available on GitHub. We will provide all the links of that thing. So learn it. Grab it from that, clone all the code from GitHub, practice on your local machine, so you will do practical things, so you will learn a lot. You have a very good experience while doing practical things. So for that, all the best. And more information about the TECHOX LLP, we are also hiring some campus ambassador for our platform. So, and for that thing, link is the link for that thing. The link in the description. Click on it and fill the form and join our TECHOX LLP. You have a very great experience while joining. We give all the documents as you have to show in the college premises. You can do events with our collaboration. We will provide all the stuffs. If you have the event coding event, we will go do a platform. We will give a platform, and we will give you our questions for that. We will manage all the things in the back end. You are the front of our platform in your college. That's a very good platform to you all. So, and do a comment if you watch video after a live session. Do comment how you do like it. What are the backtracking? What are the negative points? What are the positive points? What if we have to add on this session? What you want to what are the topics for the next sessions? If we get the list of your choices of your main points, so we will make on it, and we will get the sessioners, we will get the experts on that topics. Thank you guys, thank you very much for watching us, and we will come soon with this we will continue this session very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Praveen. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.